Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new episode of Uncommon Podcast. And today we have with us Alvin. Hi, Alvin.
Fabien, how are you?
I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well.
Yeah,
And can you please explain to our listener who you are, where you're from,
yeah,
etc., please?
sure. So my name is Alvin. I'm French, originally from Marseille. I joined Uncom back in May 2023. I think it was after watching a video of Marcus Philly and Keegan, actually, and I was very intrigued to know, well, who is this guy? Because Marcus Philly never really posed with anybody else. And so I started digging a little bit and then came across Uncommon Success. And I thought, well, this looks really, great because it really resonated with me at the time because, I've been in the financial services sector for the last 17 years. So people tend to be, money wise, let's say successful from a richer perspective. But on all the other aspects, so on the athletic side, and sometimes also on the smarter side, they kind of let go of that and just to focus on the work side of things. So for me, when I saw there are some fit guys out there who are actually also very driven by being successful business wise, and likewise, who are open minded, who are challenging themselves intellectually, I thought, how and when can I join, basically.
And how would you describe Uncommon Success? What is it for you?
Yeah, I think the way I describe it to other people is it's a network. It's a network of like-minded people who are all striving to transition from where they are now to the next step and help each other out. And I think I really like the framework. What's your mission to Mars? And that's the framework, as we all know, for mastermind, athletic, richer, and smarter. And that, I think, really provides the framework. So you're sure that you cannot let anything behind, right? It's
Yeah.
very good if you can back squat 200 kilos, but if you haven't developed your skill of business, it's not going to lead you anywhere. So yeah.
Great. And what do you have in mind when you first join Uncom? Like, where do you think you're going by joining Uncom? Is there like a goal you want to achieve or
Yeah.
something like a mission?
Yeah. So at the moment, I think, so not long after joining, my mom passed away, unfortunately. So I think at that time, all the goals, everything became very blurred and I had to go through quite a painful period. And then after that, what I did was to apply the Uncom model where you have, a mentor guiding you, some, peers who are at the same stage as you are when it comes to, business and other aspects, and created like a mini group to say, hey, how about we focus over the next, 4 weeks and define what our mission and vision is, because that's really going to anchor us in terms of our projects. So that was back in August. And Eddie was the mentor at the time, and there were a few other guys, helping out, and that ended up becoming one of the products that I'm kind of launching now as an ebook, which is like a 4 weeks program around I call it Spark, and the acronym is around basically transforming and gaining clarity around your vision. And so then afterwards, what's really nice as being part of this network is that you can try. People can try your offer for free. You get feedback directly, from the other players who are testing your offer, and that allows you to refine it before you actually offer it, to the market. And likewise, I think along the way you get to talk to many people from across the globe. And I think it's both enriching because you think, hey, first of all, I'm not alone, but also through these conversations, you always take a slightly different angle. And so it's really motivating to see all this energy, across the globe and people willing to do something different and willing to make the world a better place.
Yeah, that's the goal, I think, for a lot of us to build like a better world for next generation, I guess. It's really like
Yeah.
what Keegan is sharing on his social as well. Is yeah, he has children,
Yeah.
and a new one is coming in like a month, same as me. We waiting for our baby girls coming like in less than a month now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my goal as well, just to add some better values to this actual world that is, I think, not that good. Yeah, this is the evolution for a lot of things, but
Yeah.
I think we're going down in so much other aspect of the society, and yeah, but yeah, that's another
Yeah.
subject. But yeah,
Yeah.
Uncom is is good for that. I think we're gonna do something good for our
Yeah.
world.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
do
Yeah.
you, where do you see yourself in, let's say, 12 months, in a year from now?
Yeah. 12 months. I would have fully transitioned out of my current job. So at the moment, I'm working in financial services. I'm head of compliance of a private equity firm. So I decided to terminate my contract. I will finish at the end of May, end of June, and then from that onwards, I'll transition full time to executive coaching. So let's say a year from now, what I've been, working as an executive coach for say 6 months. So hopefully by then I would have had a good 5 to 6, corporate clients, and also some individual clients on the side. Um, and I think my offer would have evolved a lot. I think I'm gonna enter the market with some very basic things around time and priority management that already a few Uncom players have gone through and really benefited from. Um, Also, becoming a leader, whether it's of your own business, of your own life, or of a wider team. And then also, I think stress management, which can also apply not just to, I think, people in the corporate world, but also outside. I think as an entrepreneur, you're always kind of flirting more or less with a burnout. Like I think you were saying earlier that you've worked your ass off like the whole day yesterday, and you can imagine that if you were doing that 7 days a week for extended period of time, you'll just burn yourself out. So
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like using that energy that we all have and the excitement to strive. But likewise, how do you pace yourself so you can finish off the race?
Yeah, I just had a talk with my mother-in-law about that this afternoon. She told me, "You're doing too much," and yeah, she's right. I should do a little bit less sometimes, just take a rest, or I don't know if I can like
Yeah.
take a full day rest, because when I do that,
Mhm.
I'm like, I feel like guilty, like fuck, I
Yeah.
should be working, and I know I can do so many things in like 3 hours. Just let me work 3 more hours, and I'll be fine. It's very addictive
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
start being productive and you see the
I
result.
agree.
But yeah, I
I
know
agree.
there's something like I should work on, and maybe your next product could help me with that. Mm.
Yeah, probably. I think I'm also thinking about. I went through the whole program with Ben Watson about breathing,
Oh
and
yeah,
the way I think of it is like it's just like taking micro breaks, of presence, and just breathing through the nose throughout the day. That has also been something that I've been practicing before I
yes.
preach it. So yeah,
And you told just before the call that you
yeah,
you are launching your new product.
yeah,
Is it like a scale option, like a micro
yeah,
offer?
yeah. So I think as everyone can see, we had the second scale solution call that was on Friday.
Yeah.
I think so. I just said, was looking at it, and those calls are very motivating. So for anybody who doesn't know Uncom, I think it's constantly evolving, but now it's getting very structured, where we have weekly calls around the topic of scale solutions. And I think the idea there is that you start with a micro offer, and then you go through like an experience escalation, where basically it gets more and more refined. So initially I had that prime and priority and time management one, and then this afternoon I was working on basically that Spark framework I created for to gain clarity around your vision and mission. and then becoming a leader. That's also one, like another micro offer that I had about really understanding, what your goals are, and then I just put in there like a high value, 30 minutes call. So yeah.
Great.
So in total now I have four. I think they've always been kind of in the making. But I think if you wait for a product to be perfect, it's probably too late by
Yeah,
the time you launch it.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that, and it's very difficult for me because I really love to be
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes like I'm pretty sure I worked on project 3 years ago that I've never launched because I always want better, 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 and then I don't
Uh-huh.
finish it, and I just like forget about it, and I start a new one, and then the new one I do the
Uh-huh.
same once again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, what one quote that comes to mind is the perfection is the enemy of growth.
yeah. I know
Yeah.
that.
And so I think if you're always waiting for that, you never, as the quote says, right? So
Yeah, but I
yeah.
tried to get rid of it, but sometimes it's freaking hard. It's like
Yeah.
in my mind, and
Yeah.
and yeah, one thing we haven't told
Uh-huh.
like on the podcast, but
Uh-huh.
you told like you use your micro offer, you put it somewhere, and what is the
Yeah.
place? It's the marketplace.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
marketplace
this.
of income.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we haven't talked about that yet, but it's
Yep.
like a marketplace for us at the moment,
Yep.
and we are paying each other with our own money, the income
Yep.
token. And I think it's a good way to try our micro offer for like not nothing, but almost. You don't
Yep.
spend that much with the tokens, and
Yep.
it's a good way to have your product test before you launch it, like on your website or whatever online. So I think
Yep.
it's a very good point with Uncom as well that this marketplace exists.
Yeah. I think it's a bit like training before you do a competition.
Yeah,
You put the reps in, you see, start experiencing it in a safe environment, and getting that feedback, I think is priceless. Just to grow, I think your confidence around what you have to offer and what you believe in, and just also seeing that it is already starting to have a positive impact, with people, whether it's like a fitness program or so something around I think what I'm doing on the mindset. So yeah.
all right. I don't know
Yeah.
if you have any other words to share for this episode, or have you said everything you wanted to?
Yeah, I think for anybody who's on the verge of joining Uncom, I'd say just join. Don't wait, because I think it's growing so fast,
And
and it's
yeah,
becoming very powerful that it's really I think a lifetime opportunity to join right now.
yeah,
And
and
also if you think about
yeah, and I
sorry.
think it really worth it, right?
Yep.
Because it might look like a bit expensive when you join, but then when you see all the contents, all of the calls, all the help you can have from each other, it's amazing. I've never seen that a network like this before.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's really a catalyst.
Yeah,
So it does accelerate what's due to happen. So it's a great place to join and meet with people, and also I haven't gone through any of the villages, but that's also in the diary for this year. I know you've been to a few of those villages,
yeah,
so maybe you can share that yourself a little bit. But
yeah. I've been to the Montenegro one, and the Bali Time Chamber is not like an uncommon villages, but almost like Keegan and Nicolas had a talk together, and Nicolas first wanted to do like Airbnb kind of stuff, and he had a talk with Keegan, and Keegan told him like maybe you should do like build a place for men to catch up, to work together, to train together, and that's how the Bali Time Chamber born. And I love this place; it was so good. I spent so good time there. And Montenegro was fine as well, but it's getting better. I've seen like Thomas and Andrea and his brother are there at the moment, and they are building new stuff, and it's looking even better than when I went there. So yeah, it's really really nice. And this year I will go to Mexico. I don't know where you plan to go.
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, probably Mexico would be
Yeah,
would be a really nice one to go. So yeah, with
maybe we catch up
Rolfe.
there.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Any words? Any other words?
No, I think it's if I think Uncommon Success is a little bit the place. I was
Looking
waiting to
for.
join. I'm part of other networks, and none of them have really the same depth as this one. And they're really really good people in there. So yeah,
All right. Thank
yeah,
you, Alvin, for
yeah,
your talk.
yeah,
I will put your social in the link in the
yeah,
description, with the link in the
yeah.
description. So yeah, I was just saying goodbye to you, goodbye to everyone, and we'll see you soon for all the podcasts. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.